Yeah, I'll be the first to say that it's been a while since I made a video. Have I learned anything? No. Well, I've learned stuff, but do I want to change the way I do videos? No. So you'll still hear me laughing and giggling in my videos because I don't care. I like it. I am getting ready for a show. I am going to do a show in Toronto, in Etobicoke. You can look for details at lugnet.com or Torolug or other places, or just drop a line. I may put the link to the show in this video description. Today is Friday, although it's late now, and the show is on Sunday. That's the long weekend, I get that. But I will be in Toronto with the classic space layout. And I've been furiously working on the classic space layout as I can, amongst all the things that have happened since the last time I've uploaded a video. Many things, personal things have happened. And yeah, so I have the Lego time in the leg room has been negligible, as they say. So I have, because it shows in 2 days, I am, it's under the gun. It's the crunch time for final exams and blah, blah, blah. So I decided to, at the last, quote unquote, last minute, although tomorrow's Saturday, and I do have Saturday, although I am going to a celebration of life tomorrow for one of my relatives who passed away. That was in the last couple of weeks, so that was fun. It was not unexpected, but it's still sad when you lose a relative, especially one that was as young as 52, 53 years old. But we're going to do a celebration of life tomorrow. And then the next day I'm going to be driving to Toronto at 6 a.m. to get there for 7 to set up for 9 when the public doors open, the doors to the public open, and then the show runs from 9 to 2:30. Again, like it's 427 and Burnham Thorpe, so it's pretty close to West End. If you're anywhere in the Big Smoke on Sunday, come on over. It's the Collector Toy CTCS, Canada Toy Collector Show. I don't know if I'm going to be the only vendor there. I mean, vendor. I'm the exhibitor. I don't know if I'm going to be the only exhibitor there. It's one of those vendor shows where people sell toys, old toys, antique toys and stuff like that. But I'm going to be there with the classic space layout as an exhibitor. And I'm looking forward to it. Honest to goodness, I do love doing shows. But before the show, I wanted to make sure that the electrical, because of course I did all those videos about electrical wiring, getting the 9-volt stuff back up to snuff, as they say. And so I decided to hollow out my various 9-volt iterations here to verify, and I didn't forget, but these are the old wires, and you can see that they are done. And so I decided to haul out my vehicles, my trains, my monorails, and put new wires in. Now, I did make a bunch of short 9-volt wires, like this short, which take the place of these 9-volt wires, which I really didn't have to, because these are all the newer type of wires. Probably came in the 6991, but I made a bunch anyway. These were the older wires that I was using, the longer wires, kind of like the RCX wires. I think they might be shorter than RCX wires. I can't remember. But I use these ones because I needed to run them farther away between the battery box and the monorail motor. But I'm going to try to use my new wires here. I'm going to bring a few spares just in case they don't stop working, although they really shouldn't. And what happened is that in the process of replacing this wire, I said, hey, let's make a video about it. Because some people, I did a video I did a bunch of videos a long time ago detailing my various monorails, modified monorails. And some people don't like the fact that I do modify bricks. Sorry, I do, when necessary. But in this instance, you really didn't have, well, I didn't have to. You can do this monorail train without modifying any bricks at all. it's the idea was I came up with ways to try different things with the monorail, and one of my ideas was put the monorail motor right inside the train instead of having, or the cab, instead of having the monorail base plate with all the people in it, and then the monorail motor, and then and the one behind it. You've seen the monorails. You got the 4x20 or 4x16. I can't remember now. The monorail and the 4x16. I wanted to put the monorail right inside one of the trains, basically to hide it, whatever. And some people ask me how I did that. So this one has a modification because I wanted to keep all the various train cars identical. So I used my cutoff, my 1x4 cutoff, and I probably should have used a 2x2 instead of a 1x4 because this thing always falls off. And if you're in 40 bricks printing, 3D printing, this would be a great piece to build. If this was a 2x4 plate with this piece on the end, I would buy a bunch of those. But anyway, this is I showed in old videos. I just cut off the ends of some of my monorail car base plates, and I mean, but in order for this to happen, you can actually not modify any bricks and just use Lego pieces, and just use a regular monorail chassis at the back, or monorail base plate. But what I wanted to show you is actually how I did it. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take a wire, because we're going to get this ready. We're going to put it in here, so it's like a lot. And then we're going to get, I think I had a 2x2 tile. There it is, a 2x2 tile. So this is, you have to have a turntable on top. It's as simple as that. And then what you do is you have a plate, brick, whatever. That's, I don't know how many, 1, 2, 3, 4, four bricks, 2 plates high. And then this goes in here, straighten that out. That goes in here and press this onto there. And now you have a monorail inside a cab. Now this one still has the pivot on it because it has to, because you're still going around corners with this thing. And but the monorail motor itself does rotate on the 2x2 turntable, and because there's weight on it, this weight of this vehicle is supported by this 2x2 mechanism back here. So, and then that's perfect, and it sits flat like that. And that's good enough for Canada. And then this thing would come over here, onto this guy here, onto the back here. And then we just put this guy together. And that would just, this is why I wanted this to be a 2x4 plate instead of a 1x4, because this thing always pops off. So that goes like that. And then this thing comes over here, goes in there, hides in there. Put the 1x4 trans yellow one there. These guys go back on. Now again, you don't have to use a modified connector, a monorail connector. And then that's, where's the other roof? There you go. But now you have a monorail train just looking like that. Let me get these things out of the background. So not too shabby. And yes, they look like 1960s camper trailers, but I'm fine with that. But this thing will turn as it needs to, and that'll turn as it needs to, and that'll turn as it needs to, and that makes a perfectly good monorail train. So again, slight modification if you want it, or just use the monorail bases, vehicle bases, which is perfectly fine. But this thing now is inside there, and you can pick it up, you blah blah blah. Let me just get this thing on, and if I think of remember, and then put it there, you can hear it's on. Now I don't have a monorail track to put it on right now, but it works perfectly fine. Works perfectly fine on slopes, the ramps. Works perfectly fine. Works perfectly fine through everything. It even works perfectly fine through switches. It really does, because of course the front, it's the switch, and you're fine. Of course, I make my monorail 6 wide for the most part, because it just looks cooler and you can add a lot more details. But in the end, they don't have to be 6 wide. What I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to do my other vehicles, because you can see they all have the old wires in them. This one has an old wire in it. So this one's a little special case though, because it's actually going back to pickup rails, which are not looking as good as they should. So I'm gonna have to figure that out. But in the end, there's still a battery box on top. I just might remove the powered rails altogether, because that shuttle carrier doesn't have any power on the tracks yet. So I just might remove all that stuff and just get it ready for a 9-volt battery box. This guy also does not have powered rail yet, so he can have a 9-volt battery box. This guy has, what am I thinking? Sorry, that guy does have powered pickup. That's the two, I have to remember this now. Track 1 and 2 have powered rails, and that's on 2. So I still have a few that are on powered, and I will be working on that. I don't think I'll have it ready. Obviously, I won't have powered all 4 monorail loops powered by the Sunday. I'll have 2 powered, so I'm going to bring an RCX to the show to run those 2 monorail loops and the light sensors that tell them where it is, and I'm going to have fun doing that. But other than that, I'm rambling already. I actually said I was going to try to make better videos by not rambling too much. But it is my first day back into it. I will get better for myself, and I think I'm just tired. So I'm going to wrap this up quickly. I missed making these videos, but life got in the way, and I'm going to obviously make a ton of videos when I'm at the show. I don't know how many I'm going to upload here, but I'm going to make a ton of videos at the show, and I'm looking forward to the show. I don't know if I'm going to do a time lapse. I've done so many time lapses before. I don't think we need to see another time lapse of me setting up the layout. I think everybody's kind of bored of that. But I'm going to probably do a live at the show, and so if you guys are around on Sunday, I'm going to probably have my tablet there and my phone there, so I can hotspot it and do a live at the show. And if you guys want to join in, I don't know when I'm going to do it, maybe noon or 1. Depends on what's going on that day. We'll see. So I'm going to wrap this up before I ramble on too much more. I missed you guys. I missed talking to you guys, or at least chatting with you guys in the comment section. And we'll get back into things. I know it's been a long time. I'm sorry about that. Life got in the way. And I'll see what I can do. You guys all stay safe. I hope everybody's doing well. I will talk to you soon.